let's get to our naturally inspired moment. It's my favorite part of the show. And today I'm going to be talking about 10 important life decisions that define a life well lived. It's always good to do a little bit of an audit, you know? I do what I call a whoa every morning, which is words of encouragement. And this morning we were talking about age in words of encouragement. Like, it's never too late to realign with your goals and your dreams and what you really want in life. It's never too late. As long as you're still here, I mean, what else are you going to do? You know, what else are you going to do if you're not going to shoot for better experience in your life? And so it's always good to kind of take an audit. And so I came up with 10 important life decisions that define a life well lived. Number one, and this is in no particular order because I tried to put them in order and I'm like, well, this is too hard. I can't put these in order because they're all very, very important. So in no particular order, okay? These are in no particular order. Number one is what you believe about yourself. Every other choice flows from this one. When you decide that you're capable, you're worthy, and you're made for purpose, you start living from power instead of for approval. And I think we're conditioned, you know, as little children. We want to be liked. That's the human instinct. We want to be recognized. We want to be loved. And we feel like we have to act and be a certain something in order to get that. And so we tend to curve our choices to please other people. And we often get recognition when we do that. And we often get love when we do that. So that reaffirms it, that this is how we find our place and our way through the world, is by pivoting and acting in a way that pleases other people. The problem with that is that you're never, ever going to be able to please everybody because everybody wants and needs something different. And in addition to that, you're never going to be able to control other people's perception of you. Not by what you do, not by what you say. You can't control how people perceive you. They're looking at you through their own filter. And you have no idea what that filter is. Most of the time, how we think someone perceives us is inaccurate. It's not even right. So there's no point in trying to be this way or that way for other people's approval. It's most important what you believe about yourself. Are you capable? Do you feel like you're worthy? Are you feeling like you are made for a purpose? That's what's important. Number two, how you treat your body, right? How you treat your body. Your health is your foundation. What you eat, how you move, how you rest directly, shape your ability to serve others and fulfill your own purpose. So important. You can't outrun a bad diet. You can't medicate a bad diet. I see people every day and, you know, they're on the search for the miraculous silver bullet that's going to fix everything. And I wish there was one. You know, everybody talks about these med beds. Oh, they're going to come up with a med bed. Maybe. I don't know. You know, maybe. But as of right now, there is no silver bullet that will fix everything. And that kind of makes sense to me because our bodies are synergistic, right? One thing affects the next thing, affects the next thing. And to bring it all back into the beautiful orchestra that it is, it's multiple approaches, including diet, including managing stress, including so many things. So how to treat your body is definitely important. How you treat your body. Number 3, who you surround yourself with, because you will rise or fall to the level of the company you keep. Didn't your grandma tell you that? I think my grandma told me that. Actually, my grandpa used to say, if you fly with the crows, you're going to get shot at. That, of course, means you hang around with bad people and bad things are going to happen to you. So you will rise or fall to the level of the company you keep. Choose people who challenge you, that love you enough to tell you the truth and remind you who you are when you forget. And when the people you love tell you the truth, I know it's hard, but accept it with gratitude, because somebody loves you enough to want to help you. And I think, myself included, I have been defensive about things in the past, so I think we all do it. But instead of, even if you don't think it's true, you can receive criticism, even if you don't believe it and you don't see it and you don't think it's true. Fair enough. You don't have to accept it and act on it, but understand that it comes from a place of love. It comes from somebody who cares enough about you to tell you the truth, to help stop, the pain that it may be causing you. So even that, like I said, you don't have to accept it, but you don't have to be offended by it either. I think that is the root cause of a lot of broken relationships, is not taking criticism or taking, advice from people who love you as an act of love. Instead, we take it as an offense. And let me tell you, if you're spinning your wheels over something, the same problem over and over again, you keep falling into toxic relationships, or you keep getting poor results with your health and you can't figure it out, I guarantee somebody on the outside might be able to help if you let them. Number 4, how you spend your time. This is the one thing you can't get back. Time. So be intentional with it. It is so valuable. Fill it with being a creator. Fill it with being, contributing and connection, not distraction. So many of us spending time, doom scrolling, or how much time has this portal sucked from you this month alone? Where you find yourself almost in a trance, where you just wake up and you think, oh my gosh, I'm watching a 65-year-old lady dance with a cat ears on. What am I doing? Hello, wake up. What's happening? I did not need to see that. But somehow this thing is hypnotic. And if we're not mindful with it, it can suck us down what I call the scroll hole, and it just eats up our time, and there ain't no getting that time back. It's gone. So be intentional with how you spend your time. Number 5, what you feed your mind. Your thoughts become your outcomes. So read things that expand you, listen to voices that lift you higher, guard your mental space like your life depends on it, because it does. What you are focusing on will ultimately produce your results. End of story. If you focus on health and you set your intention every day for health and you take the action towards your health, you're going to get better health outcomes. But if you live distracted and you let circumstances happen to you because you don't have an intention set, then those are going to become your outcomes. That's where your focus is. Number 6, how you handle adversity. Challenges, they're going to come, guaranteed. And the decision is whether you'll let them define you or you let them refine you. And that's such a powerful statement there. Are you going to become your setbacks? I'm the person that this happened to, and then this happened to, and then that happened to, and this happened to. I used to know somebody a while back who she defined herself by her abuse. And she had no problem telling even strangers about the abuse that had happened to her. And it was horrific abuse. But it was clear that it defined her because she needed to identify that all the time. And that just is proof that trauma was not yet healed and integrated into into her identity. So we have to let those challenges refine us, not define us. Number 7, how you give and forgive. Bitterness blocks blessings. Decide to give more love, more grace, and more of what you want to receive. We'll finish up at the top of the next hour. Stay tuned. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio.